I'm standing here in the LA River, and I'm prospecting for gold. This is a concrete jungle. I wonder how many folks know how much gold's right below their feet right here. Want a piece of free gold? Well, here we are in downtown Charlotte. I ain't the only one around here that's got a gold pan. Right underneath the 50-yard line there, smack, there's a gold mine. And guess what? It's windy in Windy City. Cali, LA, traffic jam!
I packed in my job and I made up my mind to spend my life looking for gold. That old gold bug really bit me good, and I'm doomed, so I've been told.
That's not good.
I got metal detectors up the old yin-yang, a gold dredge and a four-wheel drive. I'd be better if you shot me, 'cause gold fever's really got me, and I'm hooked as long as I'm alive.
Need some gold.
Go, 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 fever, ba, 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 ba,
This
go,
episode of
go,
Gold
go,
Fever is
go,
sponsored
go,
in
go,
part by
go.
Mine Lab, world's best metal detection technologies, and by Gold Prospectors Association of America. It's not about having the gold, it's about finding the gold.
Los Angeles, the entertainment capital of the world, or as I like to call it, the Shaky City, for more reasons than one. A bustling, mashed-up culture of superficiality, self-absorption, and sunshine. But back 150 years ago, even before the big strike in 1849, you could hear the sounds of picks and shovels digging for gold in the hills around the present-day metropolis. Some experts figure there was more than 100,000 ounces pulled out back then. That's over $180 million at today's prices. Well, welcome to Gold Fever and welcome to LA. You know, you ask a prospector, where's a good place to find gold? And he's going to tell you gold is where you find it. And after you get into prospecting a while, you'll know that those words are definitely true. And I'm standing here in the LA River, and I'm prospecting for gold. I got the big skyscrapers right over here just down the river, and this is a concrete jungle here like no other around here, but there's gold here. Now my dad, he prospected for many years, and he told stories about being in here in the 50s and guys stuck up there on the freeway and the traffic jams, and they would come down here instead of sitting in the traffic jams and set up their little gold operations and dig down here in the LA River and get gold. And all of this concrete down in here, this acts as like a false bedrock. And the gold will get trapped right on top of this concrete. Now they come down here with big loaders and stuff and clean the dirt out of here as it fills in for flood control, but they don't scrape down there and get that gold that's stuck down in here around in the cracks. And I've prospected a lot of places where you've got culverts that work that rib down through there, and the gold will get stuck down in your culverts, or places where it's hard, solid, and materials traveling over the top of it. If that material's carrying gold in it, it's gonna get stuck down in the concrete, down in the cracks and the crevices. And right over here is a good likely spot, because you got this Aurora coming down, you got two rivers meeting over here, and you got some material. I'm gonna be working some of these cracks in here, and I'll show you what I already know. There's gold over here.
Go, 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 fever, ba, 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 ba.
In the river of LA, keep me digging, looking for some gold. Rap-a-tap, tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, tap. Now this is the Aurora Seco coming out of here, and when this is flooding down through here, there's water way 20 feet up there, just barreling down through here, and it's just pushing this material on out of here, blaring down through there. And this spot right on the inside bend right here, this is where an eddy would be, you know, swirling water, and material would slow out. So that material's coming down through here pushing, and some of it's slowing up and getting caught down in here. Now they come in and clean out any of the dirt and stuff that's in here, but these cracks right in through here, these are the cracks that I'm looking for, especially these ones running right in here where this eddy would be, right in these spots. These are beautiful right in here. So I'm gonna just use my snuffer bottle and clean these cracks out right in here. Now it's not quantity of material, it's quality of material. Beautiful looking stuff down in there. Black sand, I even think I see some pieces of gold. See, what I'm doing is I put a squeeze on the snuffer, and then that creates a suction, and that's just a little suction, and I just suck up all the material down in that crack right down in there. Just like working out riffles in a sluice box. See, that gold's gonna come down through here in the flood, and it's gonna slide right along on the top of this bedrock, and as it comes down here, it finds this little lip and then gets stuck down in there because it's heavy. It wants to go down to the bottom, and then once it gets stuck down in this little crack, it's gonna stay there for forever. It's found a resting spot unless this concrete gets busted up. So right down in the very bottoms of these cracks. And my snuffer bottle's not very big because I want to get down in the real small little spots. And I've cleaned this one out pretty good. Maybe there's one up here a little farther up. Any little crack or crevice or busted up part that goes with, you know, your bedrock and anything, because the gold's heavy, it's going down. It wants to slide down and work its way down and find a bottom resting spot. And that's where you're thinking, is in the cracks and the crevices. Yeah, this is where that eddy would be setting up, right in here, right in this area around here. You can see these are drainage pipes from the different streets out there. A lot of trash back up in there, kind of nasty. Not too sure about this water either. Lots and lots of trash around, but we're not looking for trash, we're looking for treasure. That's a murder weapon right there. Somebody tossed it off from up there. It's got DNA evidence on it. I ain't touching it. Ain't pinning it on me, bro. Yeah, the little cracks, that's what you want. Yeah. Ooh, here's like a hole going in. Any little hole, those are good spots too. Now, I'm going to pan it out and show you what I already know, because I've been getting gold out here before. There's a golf ball. Must be a golf course up there someplace. Somebody plays golf like me. I better leave it here so they can play through, huh? Yeah. But let me dump some of this material here in my pan. I got snuffer bottled up. Boy, there's sure a lot of trash. And just dump it out of my snuffer bottle. Now, it's a lot of work bending over and working those cracks and crevices. And it's not a whole lot of material. Get that light stuff off. Now look at all, see all that black sand? That's a heavier iron sand. And look at there. See the little pieces of gold? I told you there's gold out in here. Now, You're looking at it, you think, God, how'd that gold get in here? Like I said before, it's traveling year after year, material coming down through here, getting trapped in around these cracks, and you keep working this down through there. There's some good paying gold down in here. Might set off a rush down in here, but like I said before, you don't want to come in here when it's flooding. Yeah, well, you know, think about this LA rivers. There's gold down in here, but there's also other rivers, and where this gold's coming from. Where's it coming from? It's coming out of the mountains back up in here, and one of the really good places to pan for gold right up out of the city here is back in the San Gabriels, and there's a special little place back up in there. I'm gonna show you something. This is really cool. Well, we come up here into the hills where the gold's coming out of, and back around the corner here, this is the San Gabriel Canyon and San Gabriel River. Now, there's gold back up in there like nobody's business, and they've been getting gold there even before the California gold rush. The old Spanish conquistadors were up in here getting gold, and the Indians were getting gold even before that up in here. Pretty good spot for getting gold, and it's been traveling out of here. These mountains have been weathering down. And back behind me here is a big alluvial plain back here. Now that's all washed gravel, river rock over the years. It's been deposited down through there, and it's got yellow gold. Not the Miller Brewery kind of gold, beer kind of gold, but money kind of gold. And it's all spread out through there. Now you can see where they've been digging holes over here for sand and gravel operations. They got a big flood control down in there, and it's still pushing material down through there today. But these big sand and gravel operations are digging up that material that's contained in gold. Let's go down there and check one out, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Well, there she is, a big sand and gravel operation. There's another big one over there, another one over there. There's quite a few out here in this alluvial plain. And look at all these K-rails out here. They're building roads and skyscrapers with this stuff and all kinds of construction material. You know, most of it just gets run through here, and they're not looking for gold here on this operation. They're just running it to get their aggregate and their materials. And they're passing on the gold, but that gold's still in there, and some of the material winds up down the street here at the local hardware store. This looks like the spot to find some good construction dirt. $2 a bag. That's pretty cheap. You want to get that sand, not the play sand, stuff that hasn't been filtered too much. You can even see the black sand inside these babies. We'll take this stuff over to the warehouse where I got a sluice set up, and we'll run these bags. Yeah. See, I had a friend at one of the GPAA gold shows, and he came up and he showed me some pictures, pans full of gold. And I said, where are you getting all that gold? Well, he said he does construction here in the valley in LA. He was working with this construction sand building sidewalks. And he saw the black sand inside the dirt. And he thought, well, you know, I always see gold, you know, and black sand. I'm gonna try it. So he got out his gold pan and panned out a little bit of the sand, and lo and behold, he got color in it. Now all he does is he runs his material through a sluice box before he puts it in his concrete mixer for making his sidewalks, and he gets all that gold he was showing me. Gold's where you find it.
Go, 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 fee, ba, 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 ba.
Well, we come over here behind the warehouse and I set my little piece of concentrating equipment to run the material that we got out of the bags from the store over there. And this is a real good piece of equipment. It's made for cleaning up, and it doesn't have any big riffles in here. Just got this raised metal in there and some rubber matting underneath there. It works real good. And the material's already screened, so I don't have to screen it. I just shovel it right in here, and we're gonna run these bags through here. But I got to thinking about these big towns, you know. Phoenix is a big town, and there's gold up and around the hills of Phoenix and Tucson. Denver's a big mining town. Underneath the town there's gold mines sitting right underneath the town. Over in Seattle, up back in the hills, just about all your western towns, Sacramento, they all got gold in and around them and some kind of gold history. But you know, there's gold in the East Coast too. There's mining been going on out there for a long time, and there's a town out there that you wouldn't think that's got just loads of mines underneath it. We're gonna go pay a visit to that town. Well, here we are in downtown Charlotte. Now, this area was famous for gold. The first gold rush ever in America was just up the road here over at the Reed Mine. They found a 20-pound nugget. 12-year-old kid used it as a doorstop for a while until they finally figured out what it was. But that set off a gold rush around here in the 1820s and 1800s, and they started mining around in the area, and they came to Charlotte, and Charlotte was the biggest mine around. This was the #1 producer in all of the country up until the California gold rush, and then it was lost in history. All the mining that took place here kind of went into obscurity, and nobody really knows about it anymore. When they were digging this stadium behind me, digging down to put in the foundations, they come across old gold mines down there, tunneling in underneath, right underneath the 50-yard line there, smack, there's a gold mine underneath there. And we're gonna go into the city and poke around, because where they've got construction sites and they're tunneling down into that old material down there underneath the city, that's where there's still gold underneath there, and we're gonna go and see if we can find some of that gold underneath there. I could find a good construction site with the right kind of material, should be good, so I'm gonna go take a look. Charlotte's known to be the home of NASCAR. It's also known to be a banking center. And besides New York City, Charlotte has the biggest financial center in the whole United States. But all that money above ground probably doesn't add up to the gold below ground. Your average Tar Heel probably doesn't know that between 1804 and 1870, that over $850 million in gold was taken out just underneath their feet. I tell you, partner, there's more where that came from, too. On the lowlands just south of town, a big high-rise was under construction. Looked like they were excavating out the basement and stockpiling in the dirt just to the side to be hauled away later. This looked like just the right material to be containing gold, so we snuck in to dig a little bit of pay dirt into our pan. I got a few funny looks, probably because I wasn't wearing a hard hat. At least that's what I like to think. Looky there. There goes the gold rush. There's gold here in Charlotte, I tell you. Now I had to find a place to do my panning. A dirty little mud puddle? Or maybe one of these fancy fountains would work just fine. I ain't the only one around here that's got a gold pan. Except, looks like he's made of pewter or something. I wonder how many folks know how much gold's right below their feet right here. All kinds of gold mines down there. Ah, here's a place with a pick and a shovel, so this must be the spot to mine at. I'm gonna pan from one pan into another because I figure they probably don't want my dirt going back into their pond. Loosen that material all up. Any gold that's in there down to the bottom. Another pan full to pan into. Pretty hard panning from one pan into another. A little bit of color. We better get out of here before they chase us off. That's pretty cool. This fountain's dedicated to the miners over there. But there's yellow gold here in Charlotte. Look at the black sand and the gold. Right there's a flake. There's another little flake in there. Nice yellow gold here in Charlotte. There's still gold right here underneath our feet. There's a fortune to be had. He got his gold in his gold pan and I got mine right here in downtown gold. Nice color here, little fine stuff, a couple of little flakes here. That's pretty good for one pan, you know, right underneath our feet. There's all kinds of mines and shafts and probably a fortune in gold right down here underneath our feet. This is pretty cool. I wonder if there's a way that we could find to get down and get into some of those underground mines that are underneath here. That would be interesting. Standing here showing off my gold, but nobody seems to be interested. City life, I guess. Everybody's real busy. Ooh, beautiful windows of gold. Gold is often used in skyscrapers to reflect the sun's heat. 1 ounce of gold can cover about 1,000 square feet of glass. And this building in downtown Charlotte looks like it has a few ounces in it. But they're probably not going to take kindly to me picking and digging at their windows for gold.
Go, 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 fee, ba, 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 ba.
Gold right underneath your feet. Well, I got through one bag here. I'm working on my second one. But you know, the idea kind of came across me when we were at one of those GPAA gold shows, and there was a gentleman there and he was selling gold bags. He had these bags made up that he was selling. He sold all his bags out and then he needed to make up some more the next day, so he went down to the same store that we went to and bought some of these bags of sand for just making up his gold bags. Well, he put like a penny weight of gold in this one bag, and this guy went and bought it and went and panned it out, come back and showed him a whole bunch of gold inside there. And he knew he didn't put that much gold in that bag, and so he thought, well, where'd that gold come from? I didn't make a mistake and put too much extra gold in there. And lo and behold, that's where the gold was coming from. The extra gold was right out of the sand that he was using to mix up for his gold bags. But we're gonna pay a visit right now to another Midwestern big city where there's a way of finding gold out there that another guy at a gold show told me about. It's an interesting way of finding gold out there in the Midwest.
Mark Twain once said that it was hopeless for the occasional visitor to try and keep up with Chicago. She outgrows your prophecies faster than you can make them. And that statement still rings true today. Chicago is a place where anyone can pursue the American dream. And I'm dreaming about finding gold.
Yeah, I made my way up here to find a good high vantage point to do my prospecting at. And this is the John Hancock Center, and it's up here. It's in the clouds. They say you can kiss the sky from up here. I tell you what, you don't want to be afraid of heights looking off over the edge, because it can make you kind of squeamish looking down there. It's pretty far up. But why I brought you up here, I'm going to tell you a story about a guy I met at one of the GPA trade shows over in Indiana. And he came down from Chicago. He said he was working construction up here, and he was sitting up here working along and looking down here at the beaches, and he saw some black sand, and he was looking at that black sand thinking, gold, you know, you get that gold fever and it always sticks with you. He went down there and panned out some gold, and he pulled out this vial, and it had about 3 pennyweights of fine flour gold in there. Pretty impressive. And that got me to thinking about some of these beaches here, and I've seen other gold from Lake Michigan farther up the coast here where that surf action's concentrating that heavies down there and the gold's concentrating there with them. So we're gonna go down here, and I see just some black sand areas down there just like he was talking about, and we're gonna see if we get some color down there. I'm pretty excited about finding some Chicago gold. Yeah, some of these old buildings out here are kind of neat. They built these big skyscrapers around these old little churches that were here first. Some of them didn't get knocked down. Boy, there's a whole bunch of big buildings. Whole bunch of people going every which way too. Gotta find my way down to the beach though. I smell a little gold now and then. Always prospecting. No matter where you're at, it's always just a state of mind.
Go, 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 fee, ba, 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 ba.
Well, we made our way down here to the beach, and guess what? It's windy in Windy City. But I got my, what they call a mini high banker here, or a mini gold grabber. And this is a genius piece of equipment. And what I'm doing, I'm getting my material out here, and you just dump your material right in the top here. Since I'm running beach sand, I don't even have to screen the material. And you got this pump on the side here. Got my water, and I just suck my water right up there out of the lake,
runs just the right amount of water to wash your material on down through these series of screens in here, and then in this little secret box back here. I guess it's not so secret, but this is your gold traps back in here. This is a really nice piece of equipment, and it's pretty efficient too. Get this fine gold. Now, I don't think I'm gonna find any big nuggets out here, but what I'm looking for is these heavier concentrations of black sand. That's iron sand, that's a heavier sand. You could see up here where the wind's been blowing the sand off the beach and leaving the darker sand kind of on the top. That's a heavier iron sand because the wind's blowing the light stuff off, leaving the heavies on the surface. Similar to what the water's doing inside my box. It's concentrating down the heavies. It's washing the light stuff off, leaving the heavies out here on the surface. So what I'm doing is I'm going along looking for these spots where I've got the heavier black sand concentrations, and then I'm skimming right off the top. I'm skimming off the surface, right through here. These are good spots. See these black sands? And you just skim right off the surface, right there. Skim that stuff up. No need to go too deep. Just your top material. That heavy black sand. And boy, when you could find areas where it's just solid black sand, that means it's really been concentrated, and those can be even better areas. I don't want to run too much at one time. That looks like about the right amount. Come on, water. Come on in my hole there. Here we go. Oh, look at that, wash it down. Puts all that gold right in my box down there. Now I'll give it some extra pumps here, keep it washing on down. Now, thing about this is you're not running too much material or too much water, so your material runs nice and slow through there, and that makes it better for saving that fine flour gold, and that's the kind of gold that we got to go after here. Boy, not too many people on the beach today. It's kind of chilly out. A few runners here and there. There's nothing like some exercise in the cool, crisp air. Digging for a little bit of that yellow stuff. And hopefully, at the end of the day, you got yourself a little golden reward for your exercise. Some people may think I'm crazy, but if I'm crazy, none of you are all too sane, that's for sure.
Go, 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 fever, ba, 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 ba.
Let me run this last bit. Boy, I sure like this little mini high banker. Don't take no gasoline. We'll just wash that. Now, when you do a cleanup, you want to wash it a little extra, just so you move all your overburden out of the way. Clean your box up a little bit better. That way you don't have so much material to work with. There. That's looking pretty good. Now, we'll check our jewelry box. Right there, that's your riffle tray. Now, all that material I ran through there condensed all down to this. We'll take this screen out. I don't see any color on there, but this fine gold, it's hard to see. So we'll just stick that stuff right here in our pan. Clean that little tray off. Now we got all that material condensed down to just this little bit. Oh, let's take it and pan it in Lake Michigan. Ooh, watch out for the waves. I'm gonna take this on down because I got a feeling if I got gold in here, it's gonna be fine. Whoop! Oh, look at the black sand. Woo, yeah! Gold, I tell you. Gold right there.
Chicago gold. Look at the fine little pieces right mixed in there with the black sand. Ooh, that's kind of a flaky piece right there. Nice yellow Chicago gold. Well, you know, you wonder, how did the gold get here? You know, how come there's gold here? Well, it was put here years and years ago. That's why it's so fine and ground down. It's these little fine little particles of gold, because they had these glaciers that were in here many years ago. These giant glaciers came through here and glaciated this area, and those glaciers were pushing tons and tons of gravel with them. Rocks down from Canada all the way down here, when there was hundreds of feet of ice on top of us right here. And all that material, when the glacier receded, it all dropped down, and it all was containing gold. And now there's gold all over the place out here, but those places where it's concentrated, like this surf action's concentrating it, places where there's wind erosion that's concentrating it, rivers concentrating it, places where you've got light material moving away, heavy material sticking in there, and that's what it takes to find those specific spots to get this kind of gold. And there's gold out here to be had. It's kind of fun getting it. Actually, it's really a lot of fun. It's a little bit breezy out here today. Not too many people at the beach because it's kind of cold, but it's really enjoyable. That's a heck of a view over there, the skyline of Chicago, but that's it right there, man. Chicago gold.
Go, 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 fever, ba, 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 ba.
The surface tension of the water will actually pick up those kind of flat, flaky, small little pieces of gold and float them. See how it is floating around there? A piece of gold just floating away. And that'll actually float out of your pan. If you use a little bit of detergent, like in your cleanup, when you're cleaning up, it'll break that surface tension down, make it easier for your gold to stick in there. I got a little snuffer bottle, and this makes it easy for getting your gold up out of your pan and doing the final cleanup process. You put a squeeze on that, and that creates a suction, and then those little pieces of gold right there that are hard to get, I could just suck them right up into my snuffer bottle, and I got them in there. And then I'll put this gold, not a lot of gold. I mean, you're not getting rich out here, but it's gold from the beaches of Chicago, and I'm gonna put that in a vial, and I'm gonna put that up on the case, and that's gonna be a story right there. Gold from Chicago. Na 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 na. I got some Chicago gold. Free gold! Free gold! Want a piece of free gold? Anybody want free gold? You want a piece of gold? Free gold? You want a piece of free gold? That's gold from the beach down here.
Cool.
You want it?
Oh, that's quite right.
Hey, take it.
You found it, it's yours.
Yeah. Free gold. Nobody wants free gold. See that? Yeah? Piece of gold. You want a piece?
No, where did it come from?
Down the beach.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right down the beach. That's gold.
That's gold.
Yeah, come from the beach down here.
It's so little.
Yeah, you want a piece?
No, I'm gonna lose it.
Yeah. That's a piece of gold. Right from the beach.
That's the gold.
Yeah, it's gold from the beach down here. You want a piece?
No.
Right there, take that piece.
What are you doing?
Right there.
What are you doing?
I'm painting gold from the beach down there.
I get my.
See that piece right there? And that one? That's gold.
Yeah.
From the beach.
But what are you doing?
Panning gold.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought you were doing. I was like, okay, I'll sign up for that.
Yeah.
Do you have a Ziploc to put it in?
Yeah.
Well, I want the big gold bar.
Yeah. Get these two pieces right
I
there.
want the gold bar though.
There you go. You got them.
Put them in. Eat them. Gold flake.
Yeah, Goldschlager, yeah.
Goldschlager.
Go, 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 fever, ba, 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 ba.
Yeah, sometimes I surprise myself, but I'm always prospecting, you know, looking for that gold. I was coming back there through the airport, and the big old tile pieces had stringers of quartz running through there at the airport, looking at the tile, thinking, man, I'll bet if you crushed all this tile up, you'd get gold out of that too. Probably would. But I'm down to my last bag here, and we're gonna do a cleanup and see what we get out of these bags of all-purpose sand. Dump my last bit in there. Now I like to let my sluice clean out itself a little bit after running my last bit of material. Well, I'm not seeing any big nuggets in there, but we'll see what it looks like after we clean it up here. Pop these up. Most of my gold I should be right up here in the top part. This is the good stuff right here. I'll just take this lower one. We'll dump that right in there. Whoop, don't want to lose that material. Tip it up on its side. Now, I'm not worried about losing anything because I got it all right here in the tub. And then this is the hot stuff right here. Look at all that black sand just loaded up on there. See how it's just stuck right in there? Well, I don't see any big, oh, wait, what's that? What's that right there? See that? Those are little pieces of gold right there. Little pieces of gold right up in the front part. Little pieces of gold. Well, I'm gonna put that all in my pan. And now I got those 3 bags concentrated down to just a little bit of material inside my pan. Oh, it's heavy. It's heavy black sand. Oh, it's just loaded. Now I'm gonna pan this down because I'm saving it all inside my tub. I saw gold in there. Let's take it on down here, take a look. Woo! Look at all that black sand in there. Let's take it on down so we get a good look. Look at the gold. Look at it all. Little flakes of it all through there. Now that's a lot more than $6 worth of gold out of those bags. You could be mining those bags and getting gold. Look at that. Look at all the black sand. That's heavy iron sand mixed in there and little pieces of gold. I'd say that's better than $20, $30 worth of gold, and you pay $2 a bag for that stuff. But that's prospecting, you know, that's always thinking about it. You know, wherever you're at, wherever you go, you get it in your head, you get that gold fever, and you'll be thinking about it, and you can find gold out there at a lot of really different locations. That old saying's true, gold's where you find it, and you never know where it's going to be, but you gotta be thinking about it. So think about getting into prospecting for gold. I tell you, there's gold out there. You can sure find it. And it's going up in price all the time. Every day it's getting higher and higher up there. So think about it. We'll see you again here on another Gold Fever show. And you never know where we're going to be finding gold next. Times are tough. You can still mine for gold. There's always a job doing that. Little shelter, little bit of digging, it's all good. An ounce a day, that's all I need is an ounce a day. Mine down here in the river, hang out up here, go to fast food restaurants once in a while, get your gold. It's all right. Hey, what you bothering me for? Get out of here, get out of here. We don't want you around here. This is my place. Get out.